Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up for a new account. My pick of the week this week is entirely to spite AJ Hayfley.
Whoa, what the fuck? What is this? What is this?
I am betting on, I can't actually bet on this specifically, but I'm betting on there being at least one retirement in the race this weekend because I need it to be Lewis Hamilton.
Okay.
That's my bet. That's my pick of the week. You can get in there. You can bet on some crazy stuff. We got quali tomorrow morning. If you wanna get some good odds, you can get good odds at for F1 quali over on DraftKings. So
You really can. They're actually insane odds. What's in this?
Can bet on the Avs right now on DraftKings and do pretty well as well.
yeah, Blais nailed it tonight. Got everything but the Jack Johnson bet, I think.
Yeah, no Jack Johnson first goal. Shocking, guys. What do you think?
Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it at all.
Well, somebody had to not score for the Avs tonight.
Oh, we found the one other Lewis Hamilton fan in this community. All right.
Yeah! Fuck you, Max!
Go on over to DraftKings. If you bet $1 on any team to score a goal, point, whatever, you win $100 in free bets when that converts. So jump on that, get your $100 in free bets, bet on whatever you want. Only DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Be sure to use that DNVR code when you sign up for a new account to get the odds boost. Must be 21 or older, Colorado only. Other terms, restrictions, and conditions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. All right.
Was that incredibly fast? Or?
I think it was super slow.
Oh, okay.
I think it was so slow.
Let's get into this.
Don't even know what speed looks like.
Yeah, here's like filling out some questionnaire about working here, it looks like.
Before AJ takes this show so far off the rails that there's no returning, Avs win 7-3 in a game that was commanded by the Avs for the entire game. It was never close. It never felt close. I don't even know what to tell you about it. Grubauer gave up as many goals as Keumper did in the game, and the Avs won 7-3.
One more goal, and Grubauer got the loss.
So close.
They were so close to him not starting, still lighting his bitch ass up, and dropping an L on him.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I mean, look, when you have a game like this, it's hard to pick out anything too specific, right? Because this game just fell apart in a hurry for Seattle, and the Avs kind of just took what was given to them for most of the game.
If you're frustrated that they gave up 3 goals with a 7-0 lead,
yeah,
I could have told you that was going to happen.
missing the forest for the trees or whatever that's saying.
can't see the forest through the trees.
Straight up, like who cares?
There were garbage time.
What did
They
those-
weren't
what did
meaningful
those-
goals.
What did those 3 goals mean?
Nothing.
In any way whatsoever? In what way were they meaningful? Like the people who paid money to be there got to feel better about themselves? Those people are going to wake up tomorrow and go watch fucking soccer anyway. They're finding out that this NHL thing sucks. Like this NHL thing is not going well for them, so they're gonna crawl back into their Sounders.
They're gonna
fandom.
Sounders, yeah, there we go.
That's how this is gonna look. The Sounders are dope, are they not?
Yeah, they're a
I
good
think
team.
the Thorns are pretty good
This
too.
is what I'm saying, man. This is just who cares about the 3 goals?
Well, it's not just that, but you're up 7-0 with 12 minutes left in the game,
Right.
and it's
You could have pulled the goalie and won that game.
Yeah.
well, the Avs basically did. Darcy Keumper spent the last 10 minutes of that game kind of just hanging out,
like sliding
Yeah.
around.
He shouldn't have even been in net, really, in that third period. I think they should have said
Dude, that's a great point. They should have put JoJo in.
Oh, I mean, you leave him
But
in.
also he has a shutout
Yeah.
going, so you don't take him
Once
out.
the first goal
Maybe
goes
after
in.
the
Yeah,
first
maybe after the
goal.
first goal. Okay,
Yeah.
I agree with that
Yeah.
point. But
Yeah,
at this
yeah.
time, he's played a lot of games. The schedule is going to get a lot tighter as we start moving forward through November and December, right?
They have a
So-
back-to-back next week.
Yeah. Well, and obviously he'll sit one of those games, but
Will he?
They do have the
Yes.
Thanksgiving days off
It's true.
beforehand.
it is
They
true.
don't.
I mean, they have
They
2 days.
have-
2 days in a row.
Thanksgiving off.
Yeah.
They play
On the
Wednesday
eve.
night.
Yep.
Oh, you're
They
right.
play
I
at
forgot
home
about that.
against
It's the
Anaheim.
3 days after that they have.
Then they
off,
have
yeah.
Thanksgiving. Then they have 2 games in a row.
and then 3 days
Yeah,
off,
because
and
the
then they
NHL
do
doesn't
another.
give a shit
but-
about American Thanksgiving. It never has. I've
enough.
worked every Thanksgiving since I've been at DNVR/BSN. I've worked every Thanksgiving. The NHL doesn't care.
It's pretty normal. actually.
Except last year's, because
there was no hockey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Unless hockey is literally shut down, there's games on Thanksgiving, I guess. That's
Not on Thanksgiving.
in and
They're a little
around.
classier than that.
I had to go to Avalanche practice like 4 or 5 years ago. I had to go to Avalanche practice Thanksgiving morning, and because it was at FSC, of course,
Yep.
the facility was shut down, and they had to let me in through the players thing. And all the players are looking at me like, "You're not supposed to be back here." And I was like, "Bro, I know. This is so weird for me too." Because like I had to go in to get there, and then I was the only one there, and then they wouldn't let me do media because I was the only one there.
Did
and
you
I was
sneak into the front and go on the Ferris wheel for a little bit? Just
No.
turn that thing on and
No
roll
way.
around a few times?
Dude, no. Do I look like I go on Ferris wheels?
I mean,
I don't know what people.
everyone loves a Ferris wheel.
I don't know. I have a fear of heights, and those things stop. So no. Hell to the no.
All right, let's get to some of the actual action here when it still mattered.
That felt great.
Berkey gets the first
Wow.
goal of the game off of pretty much a freebie on the power play.
Oh my God,
Was
he
that
did.
unassisted? I mean,
It was.
that was-
Officially,
It was,
yes.
yeah.
So, because like down in the bar, it was a little hard to tell.
Yeah, it's unassisted.
Yeah, I don't know which
Was
Seattle
it was
defenseman
Renton,
it
right?
was.
But Renton, was it Renton that was on the other side there? Did he knock it free?
It looked a lot like the defenseman just kind of swept
Oh,
it
okay,
across,
yeah.
to be honest. And
Whichever Kraken it was the one that was responsible
Got
for that dope centering fee.
Not that I'm biased and I wanted, somebody
Another
to get
assist
assist
here or
there.
there.
I mean, it was at the beginning of the game, so
So Berkey gets him on the board early. Then they get the best goal of Nuke's career. Is that the one where he ruins not Seabrook, Duncan Keith?
Yeah.
That's the better
That's
one.
the better one.
Okay.
the shorty.
Tonight's was
yes.
a shorty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's asking which is the better goal, tonight's goal or the
Got
one
it.
against Chicago where he turned on the Jets, embarrassed Duncan Keith, and then also scored a dope goal.
Yeah, that one's better than this one.
I don't know. I'm not the one in Vegas where it went off his face for the Gordie Howe hat trick. If only because then he turned around and yelled at Landy and went,
Yeah, that's your
"It's
favorite.
off my face!"
But what's
was great.
his favorite?
I don't know.
I don't think it's the one off his face. Put it that way. So,
It was a great goal,
But-
and a great play by Jost.
but a key proponent to this game compared to the first 10 games of the season, again, the Avs get out to a 2-goal lead because of special teams.
Yeah.
And that, what happened in the rest of the game was just total nonsense blowout factory. But
Yeah.
when it still mattered, the Avs special teams got the job done.
And that's
They've won them. They've won 2 games this week.
Yep.
The special teams basically won them 2 games this week.
definitely special teams on the rise.
Yeah. I
Gotta
mean,
love to see it.
their PK has been great on the road for some reason, but
Until the end of the game
well,
tonight.
do those even count? I mean, I know they count on the stat sheet, but
statistically they will.
Yeah.
Meaningfully, no.
yeah. So that goal's been changed from Makar to Mikko like 6 times.
Literally all game long. Those of us that watched it with us will know that we talked about it all game as it went back and forth.
They can't make up their mind on that one. So we'll see. We'll see which way it goes. But
Yeah.
Dude.
the Avs couldn't miss tonight in a lot of ways. So, which by the way, AJ called that goal on the live. If you were with us on playback,
That was so funny.
that was pretty dope.
That was very, very funny because I was like, I'd like to see him make a more competitive play than that. Of course, if they score, we're talking about what a great decision it is to just throw pucks at the net. Hey, Cale Makar scored! It was great. It was great.
Yes, AJ says Kadri can't score 3 points every night. I say they can't score a shorty every night, but they just do what they want, I guess. I don't know. It's the way it goes. Anyway, look, first period was rock solid. The Avs got the better of it.
Yep.
Maybe took a penalty you would like to not see, but there was a super soft call as far as I could tell anyway. So whatever, things happen. Moving on from that. Second period, is Seattle really this bad?
No. I mean,
They were tonight.
no.
I mean, I know
were
they're not
tonight.
going to lose. They're not going to give up 7 goals every night,
No.
but they did not look like a good hockey team in the second period of this game.
They really didn't get a save either.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's true.
But look at the mental game beforehand. You have your starting goalie sitting against the team he should be playing against.
Yeah.
Because if he's gonna change his season, This is the game you want, right?
This is not the perfect time to be like, we believe in you to go out and do this against your guys.
Yeah.
You know them better than anybody. Go shut these dudes down.
Yeah.
Not only did they not do that, but neither did he when he eventually found his way in anyway.
Well, true, but like
You fucking
already, it's 4-0 when he goes in, right? Like
Yeah.
that's never fun.
Game was
Do
over.
all
Right
regardless,
now, Philip Grubauer is having the kind of season where he's working his way to the FBI's most wanted list for theft.
Ooh, for all that money he's embezzling.
This is $6 million that Ron Francis is like, can I get this back?
It's true. I had one of the gifts set up for the $6 million man today, but then it's group, so I didn't do it.
Yeah, no, Duchesne definitely has more ill will than Groovy ever will.
Oh,
sure.
Without a doubt. There was real dislike among teammates.
A lot of ill will
with
towards
Grubauer.
O'Reilly as well, depending on which circles you run in. But
Yeah, I
tell this
mean,
from
which
the-
side of the slap fight were you on, right?
so Groovy left on actually pretty decent terms, I think. To be honest,
Everybody was cool for the
Yeah.
most. But there were a lot of. I mean, who's that guy that was rolling in our first 7 episode post game shows of the year?
He gone.
That kept coming in. He
gone.
Like, yeah, should have kept Grubauer. Guess what?
Nope.
Nope. That was every conversation I had with everyone I knew this summer. You guys got worse. Avs got worse.
They definitely did, but it was always like the inclusion of the goaltender where it was like, stop,
Yeah.
Yep.
stop,
Pointed at the camera, AJ.
straight up puppy treatment. Stop.
I don't think that works with a puppy from
Sit.
experience.
You guys got to train Rex better.
He's well trained, but you don't just go, "Huh? Stop. When he's a puppy, you got to convince him with treats.
All right. Well, tape a treat to your palm.
Okay, there you go. That'll work. All right.
I like that our chat is now having this discussion.
Yeah, they're getting in it. They're getting in it right here.
What do you mean? What do I mean by slap fight?
If you know, you know.
Right. The Ryan O'Reilly, Matt Duchesne mythical slap fight is
Yeah.
like one of
Legend
Avs
in Avalanche
Twitter's, like,
lore. Yeah.
It's the
Legends.
lore. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
God, we're gonna crack open like a Lord of the Rings style book someday. And be like, "Oh, ye children!
That's a good.
Let me tell you the tale of the slap fight."
I appreciate that Crozor, what you said. I got you. I'm picking up what you're memeing on right there, buddy. Got him a little bit.
Yeah.
Got him a little bit with that one. So, yeah, look. All props to Grubauer. Never going to fault the guy for going and getting paid, but he's not playing like a $6 million goaltender. And that's like the 8th story down the list of this hockey game because it was absurd. Avs come through this one, and are they up to 12 or 13 different goal scorers in the last 6 games now?
Good luck with that one.
Well, it was 11 coming into tonight. Hold
Yeah,
on.
and then
12 would have been Abe Kubel for
right,
sure.
but Cale already had one.
I just want to look.
Pretty sure Berkey already had
Berkey
one.
had
He
one.
did. I don't think Nichushkin did.
Oh, yeah.
He scored in, was that too many games ago? I don't know. I forget.
Yeah.
Probably. So that 13
Well, and
goal
then-
scorers.
And then EJ scored one.
When
That's
how
just
long
his
ago was this
second
other
goal.
one?
That's
yeah.
just his second goal of the season. The other one was.
It was pretty early, right?
Yeah.
So 14 maybe? 14
So
goal
it
scorers in
might
the
be
last
14
handful of
different goal
games.
scorers, which
That's
is
pretty
almost your
good.
whole lineup.
Everybody but the fourth line.
Yeah, it hasn't been Ryan Murray, Jack Johnson, Kiefer Sherwood, or Jason Magno.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. That's
I guess Tyson Jost hasn't scored a goal either.
he has one this year.
Yeah,
but not recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one that he had was the St. Louis
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
aborted comeback.
Yeah. So Avs getting pucks from downtown from everywhere. Basically, the puck is flying in the net for him right now.
Downtown. I like that song.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
It was on a TV show that gave it a weird connotation.
what-
But
Am I like totally off base with thinking that it's Sinatra's daughter that sings that?
I think you're right.
I think I'm right too, but I could be completely wrong. It could not even be close.
You're really going to like Last Night in Soho.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why it's in my head.
Yeah.
It's because you were
Yeah.
talking about it before the game.
Yep.
Yeah, I was right. All right.
Yeah.
Nancy Sinatra.
Sometimes lucky.
Yep.
Dude, she sings one of the songs from, she just Shot Me Down from Kill Bill. That song also fucks me.
Bang, bang.
I love
Yeah.
that Kill Bill soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's great.
It is a good
Straight up.
soundtrack, for
So
real.
good. That's so good. Oh, P.S. Blais. I know you're going to have a lot of thoughts on this.
Here we go.
Taylor Swift or Carly Rae Jepsen?
How am I going to have thoughts on this?
I didn't really think so.
That's
but-
what I thought. Yeah, neither. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's past
Well,
me.
it was a conversation we were having before you got back. and
Okay.
So we were figured I would give you a chance to weigh
Yeah.
in.
All right.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Part 2 of this question. Which late 90s teenage super female singer are you? Apparently,
Yeah, that's a
I'm
good
Brittany.
question.
He's Avril Lavigne.
Why am I? I don't want to be Avril. I'm dead. I think that's so messed up.
Like Aaliyah.
I love it. I love it.
Wow, that was dark.
That's not. It's not supposed to be dark. If it's in the 90s, she's still alive.
It's
Making
fine.
great
It's still
music.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
A person who's actually dead,
Well, we
unlike
were-
Avril.
We were. Dude, she's dead, dude. No, Christina. We were having the Christina and Brittany conversation. Somehow
Sure.
I turned into Avril, which I still think is horse shit. I suggested pink.
No, you're not pink.
I got dunked on. This is bullshit.
Dunked on like Seattle got dunked on
Yeah.
in this one tonight a little bit. Is our king of the game ready? All right.
Who is it?
Who do you think it is?
Oh, it's shocking. I was talking about that guy earlier.
Gap.
Would you say he's the best defenseman on the
Yeah,
Avs?
Absolutely.
You obviously missed this conversation where I was like, that was a great timed conversation because before the game, it was for me, it was an easy Taves, but it was also like, this is the upside with Cale Makar. This is the ceiling.
Yeah.
That when you see it, you're like, well, when he plays a game like that, you're like, well, he's the best defenseman in the NHL.
Do you know what it looked like? It looked like practice out there
Yeah.
for him tonight.
Like when an athlete is so gifted and so good that he makes the highest level of his sport
Yeah.
look easy, you're seeing something special.
Oh, absolutely. And like, especially in hockey, if you can hold on to the puck for that long, like obviously that's not like something that you can do all the time, but for tonight, he was doing whatever he wanted out there.
Yep.
So
That's what we should figure out. Which Spice Girl are we? Not which late 90s pop artist are we? Which Spice Girl?
Blaze is sporty.
that's right. Sporty Spice.
AJ's spunky.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'm the band manager.
What? What?
That's Yahir.
I'm offended by all of this.
I can't see him, so I'm all right. Oh, there he is. Oh.
Yeah, he was very happy with that designation.
I'm definitely not posh or ginger, so maybe I'm scary, I guess. I don't know.
Deep cuts tonight.
Yeah. Christian Horner is married to a Spice Girl.
Sometimes lucky.
Oh, Spy Girls was a TV show. I remember that. Blaze is definitely not Baby Spice. All right, get out of here.
Do you remember Kim Possible?
Oh, Kim Possible is my shit. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Can we do these weird blue shots now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta, Let's do our victory shots. Dr. Dubs in the house
Yeah,
chat.
Dr. Dub. Somebody spit in mine. Not cool.
Look,
No, that's what
That's
they
not
are.
spit.
It's lemon.
Somebody roofied me, and that's not cool.
Yeah, let's go.
Cheers, chat.
Cheers.
It's a Friday night. The Avs won big. This is what we're doing. Okay.
Next ones will be red.
That was delicious.
Yeah. This is the next one.
This show is brought to you by Breckenridge Brewery, the official beer of DNVR. I got myself an Avalanche right here. AJ was having a vanilla porter back on the show. Blaze got a Broncos country. We got you covered with your Breck Brew. You can get it down at the DNVR bar. 8 different kinds on tap. Also use the Breck Beer Locator to find out a local liquor store near you. And everywhere in the lower 48. So if you're in the States and it's not Hawaii or Alaska and you're not drinking Breck Brew tonight, get on it. All right? Get it together. Go get yourself some Breck Brew. And if you need a little bit of extra beer money, right now, the Ball Corporation is hiring. And let's be honest, they can pay you a little bit more than beer money. They're looking for some product managers that are paying up to $29 an hour.
I like that.
It's a good, solid living wage. They also give great benefits, paid time off, all that good stuff, and can even help you fill out your resume with classes for holes that you might have. So hit them up at jobs.ball.com or text, Golden to 77222 for jobs at their Golden plant. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Oh,
Let's get to...
Dry Dock is such good beer, too.
What is?
Dry Dock?
Dry Dock is good, too. Yeah, I can get down with some Dry Dock. Their Apricot Blonde.
I was going to say, dude, the Apricot Blonde is world famous
Yeah.
for how delicious it is.
Yep. We got a bunch of super chats. Let's hit those. Thank you for the super chat. That's so tiny.
Dude, yeah, here, can you read these to us? I know I'm asking you to read.
Tommy Thompson.
Wow.
Those 3 goals were meaningful. If AJ wants Keumper to win the Vezina.
True.
That is
a good point.
Stats are stats, right?
Yeah, it's a good point.
No argument there, but
I'm going to say, yeah, for like awards and stuff along that way. But as far as in this game,
You got 50 more games to go to make up for those 3.
yeah. And there's some meaningful games that are going to be being played. So, yeah, I mean, you shouldn't let those in. But again,
Tell you what, we'll see at the end of the year how important those are. If we take those 3 out of there, and that's the difference in him winning the Vezina or not, I might punch somebody.
you've been down that road before with Varley.
It's true. It'll be a Nazi. I'll punch a Nazi.
Thank you for that one. Looks like another one from Tommy here. Very appreciated.
Tommy Thompson again. NHL on ESPN Plus or Food Network special
my
on chicken
God.
parm. Coming
Bro,
you.
the chicken parm ASMR was not appreciated. And it would be great if they would never do that shit again.
So for those of you who weren't in the watch along, our watch along went off the rails in the second period after the Avs took over this game. And then I immediately stopped feeling bad about it when they started the third period with live action going on and John Butchercross just shoving a whole chicken inside of his mouth. Like, it was like, okay. All right, so nobody cares about this hockey game at this point.
They had like a cooking segment to start the third. Like how they made it, and then he just jammed it in his face.
Oh.
I get it. It's Ray Ferraro's nickname. I get it. Can we never revisit
Moving
that?
on. Another chicken parm related
weirdos.
super chat here from Rick.
Rick H, $5. Release the chicken parm.
Yes. Release it from the production schedule so that it never is seen again.
And one more from Cody who says, next $5 super chat, I'll do a shot. Oh, here's one. Cheers. Paying for your own drinking. You love to see it.
That's
Love
great.
it. Thank you very much for the super chats, all of you. Very much appreciated. Getting back into this game. So, look, Cale Makar was a baller. He ends up with 2 goals on the night, showing he's the best defenseman in the league. You get 2 assists from Kadri. You get 2 goals from Berkey. The production was flying out the door here from everyone. Maybe by the time this show is over, the goal will be back to Rantanen and he'll have a goal on this game. I don't know. But plenty of production top to bottom in the lineup. And then in the third period, you end up getting a goal from Kubel.
Yeah, go ahead.
True. That happened.
And look, again, when you're talking about in the context of this game, that goal is a nothing goal. But
Good for him.
Right. For a guy who's playing his second game with a new team, he gets one in the net.
Well, and then gets called for a bullshit penalty.
That was not a penalty at all. Yeah.
It helps balance it out a little bit. Like that's a classic, like grinder goes to the net and finds a goal.
Yep.
Like a good, like super cliched, hardworking goal. You know,
sure.
like just goes to the net,
Yep.
swipes at a puck and watches Grubauer put it in on himself. And you're just like, this guy's so fucking bad. Oh my God, $6 million. Holy shit. How many homeless people could Ron Francis have fed if he had just decided to sit on that money instead?
My God. But look, it's weird, right? Because
So terrible.
This is the Avs' fourth win in this streak, and it felt like, all right, the first two games were big blowouts. Those are pick-me-up games. The Avs get their confidence back. Then they win one that isn't great against Vancouver, but they find a way to win. And AJ, I know at least you and I were going into this game thinking Avs aren't going to blow this team out, right?
They just didn't play well versus Vancouver, and it's not that they were so good tonight. I mean, this was like Seattle just collapsing into itself like a dying star.
Yeah.
Where like you're on a losing streak, and this was just the pinnacle of it.
Yeah.
Like people are gonna be like, "Oh, you remember that losing streak?
Rock bottom."
Yeah, like this should be your rock bottom.
Yep.
So, I just
Can I go?
You look antsy. You look antsy over there, bud.
I saw this coming. That's why.
Here
That's
we
why
go.
I took so many of those assist things. Like,
fair enough.
look. When you basically say your starting goalie's not playing against a team that you just came from, the confidence in that room is shot to start with.
Let me ask you: are you familiar with what the Stars did to Riley Tufte?
Yes.
Okay, so
brutal.
let me
And
ask-
then what was the score?
Which is worse? If you're a coach, which one is worse? Which one sends the worst message?
I mean, it's hard with Tufte, right? Because he's from Minnesota. He bought all those tickets. He spent all of his money on those tickets.
Literally his entire check.
His whole check, so his family could come watch him,
So
and then they
everybody that
scratch
he'd ever
him.
met in his life.
That one is worse, just from like the emotional standpoint. Of it, right.
All right. You'll hear no argument
But I'm
from
just
me
saying,
on that.
like, this was a bad team, and then on top of it, you basically say, "Look, starting goalie, we don't think you've got it, so we're going to start with the backup." Or the other thing that you got to look at is maybe it's like we're going to protect you from what we saw coming because we don't have confidence in the team. Either way, it looks bad from the coaching staff, basically not to start your starting goalie against the team he just came from.
So I think the Tufte thing is a worse human decision.
Absolutely.
But from a coaching perspective, I think what you're telling your whole team about how you feel about your starting goaltender.
Yes.
You just gave $6 million.
Yes. And that's the team you came from.
Like, that should be like the ultimate revenge game for that guy, right? Like,
yes.
he will never be more motivated in a game than he is against the team that did not want to give him the...
Absolutely.
It was one thing for him to leave the Caps, given the situation that they were in with Braden Holtby and a Vezina and a Stanley Cup. But then you're talking... like they didn't want to pay you for a reason. Like they watched you poop yourself in Vegas on national television on the ice. You like browned out your crease.
Oh my God.
And cost them their season. And like they didn't pay you. Like this should have been so personal to him. And Dave Haxtell was like, "You have an .880 save percentage?
Yeah.
I literally don't trust you with a beach ball coming at
Well,
you
I
right
mean,
now."
what do you do? Because
Well,
Dreger gets 4 dropped on his head in
and
this
it wasn't
game.
like we all agreed like the nuke goal was dope.
Oh,
But after that,
one's
none
stopping
of those goals are special.
Yeah, they weren't good
They're,
goals.
they're not great shots. They're not super high end finishing plays. They're not all star stuff. But it was just like that should have been like the message it sent to Philip Grubauer had to really like.
it resonated through the team.
Dude, you're like that is a dagger.
Yes.
To your starting goaltender.
Yes. Imagine.
A month and a half into the season, and your head coach is already doing like I know things are going poorly for you, but at some point, like you're supposed to trust that guy, right?
Yes.
And especially in this situation of all situations, this was the most obvious. Like, even if I shit the bed the rest of the year, even if I act like it's the Vegas series all season long. This is the one game I got you, dude.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Nothing gets by me in this game.
Look,
And are you and to then pull you the guy that you wanted to start instead? You should have gone down Patrick Waugh style. You should have
Let that guy burn.
You should have let that guy wear all of it. Because you just daggered your starting goaltender
absolutely.
to play Chris Dreger, and then you pull him after 4 goals?
yes.
Are you serious?
Like, but
Are
imagine.
you serious?
But imagine this.
What are you doing?
Look, so let's agree.
What
right?
a clown show.
Let's agree, right? Like, if what's the worst that comes out of this? What happened right now? You start Grubauer, right? If this happens, it happens, and you're in the same spot. But if Grubauer comes out and plays out of his mind, the team somehow wins this game. Is that not a springboard for this team to be like,
a stepping
this
stone
is
in
the
the right
turning
direction.
point where we're going to start believing in what we have?
Right. This is
But you
concept
basically
come to life.
you packed it in November.
I
We're
think-
done.
I think AJ's live call of the second Burakovsky goal summed up the game for the goaltending in Seattle, where Berkey gets the puck and AJ just goes, "Throw it on net, big guy," and the puck just goes in.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
It was brutal for Seattle tonight. It really just
Yeah.
it was
I don't
bad.
like if you're Ron Francis, you've now built like this steaming pile of shit.
Yeah,
You're
you're
like-
anti-Vegas.
Only the Arizona Coyotes are bailing you out of being like the most embarrassing thing in the league right now.
But
And
is that
again-
what expansion teams are supposed to be?
And again, like, but they didn't build to be that way. They went out and you paid $4 million for Adam Larson. You paid
Yeah.
$4 million for Jamie Alexiak. You drafted Mark Giordano from the Flames. Like, you went out and built a 12th best-ish defense in the NHL, somewhere in there, and then spent $6 million on Philip Grubauer. Even though you have an internet connection and access to a television, so that Vegas series was right there for you to take in. You could have watched it yourself, Big Talk. You probably should have before you just decided to give him that money. But hey, I mean, we all make choices, right?
Yeah.
Like we all Ron Francis is just living that choice right now.
Someone lost a key in the couch cushion.
Oh man, that's
That's been there for years.
yeah.
Maybe it's the key to Seattle's arena because I think the Avs own it now.
Ooh.
I just think that like, where do you go from here? If you're, I mean, we're supposed to be talking about the Avs, but the Avs were just like, well, we're just gonna throw pucks on net, and your goalies are just gonna play Matador to it. And
That's the
get out of the
crazy
way of
thing.
it.
The crazy thing about this game is I don't think any of us came away from it being like, "Oh, the Avs played so well." It was like the Avs played well, but it was fine. It was a fine game, and Seattle just shit themselves. Like,
I mean, it's a bad team. Like I said, it looks like an AHL team right now.
I don't like, truly, in my heart of hearts, I don't know that it's a playoff team, but I think this is a competitive hockey team. Talent wise, I get what they're trying to do, but one of the things that we don't talk as much about when it comes to the NHL and like figuring out who's good and who's bad, the human element of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Confidence.
yep,
And
there's
what a huge
no
role it plays.
confidence in that team.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
They aren't playing with any jump. They play with no passion. They play with no fire right now. And when you're on a losing streak, that's how this goes. And then, like, again, with the Dave Haxtell thing, like, that's the decision that you make in net?
Yeah.
It just feels like they just sunk themselves before they ever got a chance to get going. Like, the level of raw incompetence running through the coaching staff specifically, because talent-wise, I don't think that's a bad group. And I think that they're going to be plenty competitive moving forward. I truly think that they're a tough out. Going into the year, I felt pretty confident it was a decent defensive team. It'll be competitive with it'll go as its goaltending goes, and its goal scoring will probably be on the low end.
The thing
But
is-
oh my god, when your goalies aren't getting in the way of anything, and you're down 2 and 3-0 halfway through every single game,
Yeah.
you give off the biggest 16-17 Avs Jeremy Smith vibes. Where you're just like, all right, well, you're incompetent.
So you don't put
that
any
sucks, dude.
You don't put any of that on their defensive core though? Do you
Some-
like the goalies are bad.
Some of it, but again, we're talking outside of the Nichushkin goal. Not a lot of high level goaltending was required to get in front of the pucks that got by them tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's not great. Like you look at Makar's second goal,
Yeah.
you do wonder where is the defense on a rebound right there. But also, He scores from 2 feet away
Yeah.
on a super sharp angle, and he has
Yes. The
a
world
rainbow of net
the world
to shoot at.
Yeah.
Where the hell are you, Philip Grubauer? Does $6 million not buy you big enough pads? Like, where are you? And so your defense and your goaltending are so intertwined. But when your goaltending is this bad, you pay a goalie because occasionally that stuff happens.
Yeah.
The thing is, is it too late already? Because you talk about confidence and buy-in from a hockey team, and being a tough out isn't good enough when your record is 4-11 now.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean it's
bad.
you look like an expansion. You look like the Atlanta Thrashers, Minnesota Wild, Nashville Predators era expansion when those teams were full of fourth liners.
Yep.
And that's not the Seattle team. They spent money. They gave Jaden Schwartz like $5.5 million. They took Jordan Eberle's contract. Like they spent some actual money to try and be competitive. I'm not saying that they were trying to win the Stanley Cup or anything in year one. They very clearly weren't. Because you look at that forward core, and I don't care how many drugs you do, you're not convincing yourself that that's a cup-winning forward core.
It's not the Danbury Trashers.
Dude, it's just not. But it's also like you should be better than this. And I think that they have a finishing problem. Look, Jonas Donskoy has 0 goals for me.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Was it a big surprise to any of us that Jonas Donskoy was going to take a step back when he got to Seattle? No, of course not. His 2 highest shooting percentage seasons in his career came in Colorado. It was very predictable that he was going to take a step back. But 0 goals? Like, come on.
Absolutely, yeah. There's definitely down years for a lot of people on that roster.
All right, if you're looking to take a step back and avoid 0 goals in the bedroom,
Do you want that?
I mean, do you want it?
Yes.
Okay.
go get yourself some Manscaped as
While he's
AJ
talking
does
about
a
his
shot.
balls, I'm going to drink.
Look, my balls have been known to make people drink, okay? It's because I manscape them.
Power be to you, Sarah.
Get 20% off the Perfect Package 4.0.
Whoa.
Yeah, choking on my
Yeah,
balls
there we
there a
go.
little bit, huh?
I tell you, if you'd manscaped them, that wouldn't have happened. I was sold a false bill of goods.
20% off with code DNVR. You can also get free shipping on the Perfect Package 4.0. They also sell a bunch of amazing products. I've been using their body wash and their shampoo lately. Works really well. The wifey loves those too. Says I smell real good. So catch dubs where you can get them.
Dude, that should be your life motto.
Catch dubs where you
Dubs
can
where
get
you
them.
get 'em, man. It's so awesome. Is there anything better in life than when Dr. Dubs makes a house call and you're just like, today fucking rules?
Too true. Too true.
Because today ended up kind of ruling.
Yeah, there you go. We're drinking Rudo's balls tonight. That's officially the name of that shot.
Whatever that shot is, I'm happy to call it Rudo's balls. That's great.
Great.
All right.
I mean, great has a moving definition tonight. Just work with me, Blais.
Get yourself some Manscaped.
I've had drinks, sir. Gosh.
If Manscaped isn't enough for you, make sure you're getting yourself some high-class marbled meat.
Can't feel
All
that.
right. I know our girl Meat Gerbs isn't into meat necessarily,
That is such a good joke.
but if you need Hassel Cattle Company, they got you covered. You can get 15% off for the holidays with code DNVR15. You can get whatever type of meat you want, whether it be the Wagyu beef burgers or the tomahawk steaks or the bone-in ribeye sirloins, you name it. You can have it for Thanksgiving even.
It's like signing up for Butcher Box, but getting the vegan option.
Yeah. Is that even a thing?
That's what me Gerbs' life choices are right now.
Okay, let's get ourselves out of here before it's too late. You get free shipping if you spend over $200 on Hassel Cattle Company, and of course, the 15% off with code DNVR15. Third period of this podcast, which
Let's
is
go.
as off the rails as the
Read any
game
of those
was.
things.
Yeah, that was way too small for me to read.
They're too far away, and it's not happening.
Shout out from Seattle. Let's go.
I felt
Zarkle.
like half the Avs fan base.
Man, there was a
Seattle.
lot of people on Twitter
There were
like,
a
Seattle.
lot of Seattle folks shouting out the Avs. So.
Good city. It's fun. It's a fun city.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't think we need another round. We're going to drive home eventually.
I'm drinking water after this.
Stay till tomorrow.
I'm getting up at 6 o'clock to go play hockey.
Oof, brutal. All right, Blais is DD then. Okay. Third period,
And
look.
I've got the grocery getter.
Do any of us care at
What'd
all
you
about
just
the
call
3
your
goals?
No, my car, the grocery getter. Not my wife.
I was like, bro, cold.
3 goals given up in this third. Do we care at all?
No, dude, I think we went over that.
We did a little bit, but I want to reiterate that
Straight up, don't give a shit.
this game was over. The Avs had packed it in as much as Seattle did.
Man, there was a lot of like lazy play in the third period.
Of course there was.
Dude, you're
And
up
you,
7-0.
how are you not going to do that? Yeah. You just let that go. As a coach, you let it go. Like, your team outperformed what you want them to do.
Yeah.
If they pack it in the third and let 3 goals in, fine. Who cares? They're garbage goals. No one cares
Well,
about
and like
them.
the third goal, especially, like he gives up that goal once a season. Like
Yeah.
every goaltender gives that goal up once a season.
Give it up right now then.
Yeah,
Yeah, where
when
it's like
7-2.
All right,
Yeah.
well, for whatever reason, it didn't seal. His leg wasn't 100%, 98% sealed. That 2% got in there,
Yeah.
and now it won't happen again the rest of the year because it happened.
Chat's bringing this up as well. Did we like the third period intermission to watch some WWE during the game, or
Bro, so the officials felt bad.
started calling nonsense on the
Like
Avs?
the Ave
Goodness.
Kubel penalty is actual horseshit.
That was hot garbage.
That's not a penalty.
Not at all.
And so the problem that you had with Landeskog on Kirby Doc earlier in the year
On
is
a
that
knee.
Vulnerable position,
Doc
yeah.
is in a vulnerable position, and you just can't kill people in today's NHL.
Yeah,
That's a guy with the puck
he hits him shoulder to shoulder,
making a play,
Yeah.
fully erect, fully standing up,
Fully what?
erect, fully,
Yes.
as opposed to on a knee. He's erect. You know what I mean?
Or standing, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever. And then he hits him, and they're like, "What?"
It's a regular hockey play, and Dunn like spirals off and into the boards.
But and
Like-
the other part of it too was like it wasn't like he came out of nowhere to hit him. He was in the play, like he was standing next to him. Guy makes you have the puck. If you turn towards the boards, that's your bad.
yeah,
That is your bad right there.
Well, it's like Markieff Morris taking a cheap shot on Nikola Jokic and then trying to like pimp strut away with his back turn.
Yeah.
You get hit in the back because you turn your back, dumbass.
Well,
What you think is gonna happen?
and it's like, all right, whatever. Maybe they're calling this super tight during a game that's over, but then the Seattle play happens, and Jack Johnson gets held in a headlock and gets his helmet ripped off, and nothing gets called.
An official standing right
Yeah.
there, and then after the play.
I really thought Jack Johnson needed to answer the bell right there.
So after the play gets done, Jack Johnson goes over and is talking to the official, and the official's like, he's pointing, he's like gesturing at the ground.
Put your helmet back on.
And is like saying something to him that's not sufficient because it's not that guy has a 2-minute penalty.
How
for
do you
bullshit.
think my helmet came off, bro?
Yeah, it was legitimately like I wish I had the John Boy talent of reading.
I'm actually pretty decent at it. I can go back and look.
Go back and try and figure it out because they had a conversation and he's pointing at the ground saying something to Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
And to me, it just looked like Warm Garble, I'm incompetent. And Jack Johnson's like, hey, incompetent asshole. What the hell? You just gonna let this fly? Like, so we're winning, and so now anything goes against us? Like, Jack Johnson should have bodied that dude.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
been like, this
Yep.
is over.
Yep.
You guys are not going to take liberties. They're not going to protect us, so we will. It is once again an opportunity for the Avs to let everybody know that they are not about that soft life and they just let it go.
Yeah.
I think the soft shit annoys me, but it's just true. They let teams do this stuff to him.
He should have answered the bell.
Jack Johnson should have kicked that guy's ass.
He is
tried.
way bigger than, not even try. He's way bigger than that dude.
Like, Jack Johnson is built like a wide load, oversized truck. Like, just wrap those big ass arms around him and just crush him like an anaconda. Squeeze it out, dude. You're not a boxer. Just stick to your strengths, homie.
Or put him up against the glass.
My goodness. Do something other than that soft shit.
Yeah.
I don't love it, man.
I'm gonna make a clip of this Jack Johnson argument with the ref, and all it's gonna say is "me gerb, you herb" the whole time.
Now, I'm never telling you anything that I read weird in my brain ever again.
Okay. We've clearly had way too much fun tonight because that's what you do when the Avs get up 7-0 in a hockey game.
Yes, absolutely.
So what if he got a game misconduct? It was like 5 minutes ago in a 7-2 game.
The game was over anyway, and
So what?
The dude got straight WWE down to the ice, cross-check on the ice, and when he tried to get back up, the dude put him in a headlock that ripped his helmet off.
Like, stand up for yourself, dude.
I don't understand how he kept cool. Like, congrats for that, because I would be livid at that point.
For me, it's just like it's all little things, right?
Yeah.
In the big scheme of things, Jack Johnson not fighting this guy, or the Avs not going after Bo Horvat 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Are these big deals?
No.
But they all add up to a profile.
Yep.
They all add up to an identity.
They
And
build
when you
your
get-
brand.
When you get into the postseason and a team starts to push you around a little bit, they start to test your edges, and you just give ground like that, you open yourself up to getting bullied.
Yep.
And I'm not usually the guy who's like, "Bruh, what championship team doesn't behave like this?" It sounded like Richard Nixon in my head. That was weird.
A little bit.
But it's like, you open yourself up to a team just taking advantage of you, and you give ground,
Taking liberties to do
and
dumb shit,
to
after
do little
whistles.
things here,
Yes,
and little things there,
absolutely.
and then because officials are so accustomed to you just sitting back and being like, "This is fine, but it's on the scoreboard, guys," and then when you actually do something, they're like, "Whoa! That's a penalty." And I think that's part of what Colorado's problem is here. They need to condition everybody to stop treating them like this, officials included. And instead, they just give ground.
Yep.
And that frustrates me because you can see how this ends.
Yep.
You can see that they're in a second round or they're in a conference finals. And whoever they're playing, I don't give a shit. Pick a team. Pick whichever team fits your fantasy here. Whatever. And that team just pushes and pushes, and it pokes and it prods, and you get 5 games in, and the Avs finally do something to defend themselves, and they get a 2-minute penalty for it, and then that team scores on a power play, and then you go home again wondering, how did this happen? And it once again comes back to, we need guys like Curtis McDermott to stand up for us. And that's how you make a bad decision for bad reasons. Mm-hmm. And you could stop all of this by just growing a goddamn pair and standing up for yourselves.
Let's
I
go.
understand it takes a little bit of courage to do, but try for once to just defend yourself. To just be like, today, bullies, no. I'm not putting up with this bullshit. Jack Johnson letting his helmet get ripped. What are you here for, bro?
Look, AJ and I grew up in the Halo generation, so sometimes you just gotta teabag a dude. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you.
And I'm of the opinion that if you don't have to do this every night, but if you stop it early, and you just put an end to it, then you don't have to continue to defend yourself. You don't have to continue to act like that because people notice. Officials that are calling your games. No. All right. You think that they don't have certain expectations for Corey Perry? Like, oh, he's just being Corey again. It's okay because he does it all the time. Like, this is frustrating for me in a night that, like, they whooped that ass tonight, and they rolled out of there. They got 2 points. They've won 4 games in a row. They're the shit.
Yep.
But people talking about Jokic right now, straight up, what did he do? He
bodied
took
a guy.
hit.
Yeah. And put a hit back.
He laid it back on him, and then he stood there and said, "What will be, will be."
Yeah.
He was a true tough guy about it, and guess what? He's not going to get tried like that again.
Nope.
After a Morai tried to come after him? No. I just, you stop it. At some point, you just stand up for yourself. And I want to see, and to be honest with you, like Jack Johnson not doing it is disappointing.
Yes.
But I want to see somebody other than Nazem Kadri or Gabe Landeskog or in the moment pissed off Nathan McKinnon who throws his helmet at Connor Garland to dunk on him. Like, I want to see it be like, I want Andre Burakovsky to have just had enough.
Just throw some hands. Yeah.
Like, they could even be the Alexander Semin slap hand.
At least you tried.
I don't want him to hurt himself. But, like, what I want to see is I want to see one of these dudes just say, you know what? We're done with this shit. We're not these guys anymore. You're not going to treat us like this anymore. We're done. We're done with this. And I don't care how
Let's go.
I don't care how well it goes.
Right.
But I want it. If the Avs are serious about people taking them seriously, at some point,
I mean,
they need to put a stop to it.
You set a tone, right? Yeah. You say, look, if you're gonna pull shit, we're gonna give you shit right back.
Yep.
Like it's that simple. Before we go any more insane on the show, let's get to our final thoughts here, because at the end of the night, the Avs are up 4-game winning streak. They dominated this game. It was never close.
I mean, this is not a close hockey game. Seattle sucks. They're in the worst streak of their season, and the Avs took advantage. This is what 2 nights was on the way to looking like, and then Vancouver found life, and I think they probably won tonight too.
I think they did. Yeah.
Well, and
it was 3-1.
Winnipeg playing Eric Comrie, and on the second night of a back-to-back, they got the little Sega Baba bump. You know, good for them. But it was great to see an Avs team that's not at 100%, not even really close to 100%.
Not
3-2 Canucks.
4-0 without Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
They're off to a wonderful start. And Nathan McKinnon has started skating again. Great. If he can get back, well, hey, we're a week into this 3 weeks thing, and 2 weeks from now, you get through the end of November. You banked 4 wins. You're pretty much guaranteed to go 500.
Yep.
Over those 2 weeks, assuming he comes back in that timeline, of course. But you win 1 or 2 more games, and you put yourself in position to use this as a legit launch pad where Nathan McKinnon comes back, and you just keep doing business.
You're even better than before.
Yeah. Now you're back to, you're no longer digging out of the hole, and you're back to chasing the Central.
Yeah. I mean, that's
and you want the Central to start chasing you at some point.
Yeah. And that's what you're looking at right now, right? Like, you have to take advantage of these teams that are not good, right? Like, you have one more game on Monday that they should win.
If it gets played.
If it gets played right. Like, this is a team that's coming off some COVID big-time issues. 10-plus players?
It's a lot.
So, anyways, like, that's that next game. And then after that, you have a team that's kind of hot right now in the Anaheim Ducks, which is crazy to say.
Well, you have Anaheim and Nashville next week.
Yep.
Those are not, at the moment,
those aren't easy games.
Easy outs.
No.
And you have a reeling Dallas team that you want. You don't ever want a team that's on the downside of things to get healthy against.
You don't want to be the get right team.
You don't ever want to be this.
Don't be
tonight,
that team.
And last 2 games ago against the Canucks, you're not the get right team.
Yeah.
Let that be Winnipeg.
All right. On that note, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, chat, so much for hanging out with us. I know tonight's show was a little bit crazy, but, you know, it's 7-1 or 7-goal game for the Avs.
It's Saturday night. Come on, we got to have fun.
And
It's Friday.
If you want to be in on part of the fun, be part of the watch along next game. If the Avs do another blowout, it's going to get wild again on the watch along. That's all I'm saying. So be sure to tune in next time. You know, we will be back with you guys actually for the first weekend in forever. We actually have it off. So we won't be back on the actual pod until Monday, but you know we got you 5 days a week, all the way, every day. Be sure to get a DNVR membership. Support the DNVR Avs pod and everything else we do. I mean, it's probably...
Yeah, see, it's Saturday.
Dude, it's almost Saturday, here. Yeah, we're not that far from Saturday
It wasn't
here.
being too crazy.
So Enjoy your Friday.
It's just that the Avs have played every Saturday for
Ever.
yeah, since the season started. This is the first time we've done Friday and no Saturday all year.
I hope y'all enjoy your Friday night as much as we have. Until the next one, we'll talk to you all later.